feel like the one thing that's kind of the missing link between what you're saying and what maybe some of the thrivers are getting, because they might go, you guys are a business website. You just told a man not to run his own business. I think I hear what you're saying, but I just want to kind of unpack it a little bit here.
Please unpack it.
What I think is, if your goals, I kind of like to visualize it like if your goals fit into this box. Okay. Let's say this box is $50,000 a year. That's how big the box is. It's $50,000. And to feed my kids and to take care of what I want to do and go on my vacation a year and to get my 2 weeks of vacation or whatever that is, I can do that within this $50,000 a year box. Then you have less responsibilities. Now, for me, I know you and your family, we all have our own dynamics, but for me, I support a lot of people in my extended family. I am in some way helping a lot of people. Okay, and I grew up, poor. I know you started off with nothing as well, and I realized my box is going to have to be about $200,000 a year. That's my box.
Yeah. And
then at one point I realized I'm going to need about $1 million box, to do everything I want to do. And so I had to decide, do I want this? Do I really want this? Because if I do, there's a lot of responsibility and there's a lot of things I have to do and there's a lot. And if I don't, and there's been times in my life, Z, where I've said, I don't want the box anymore. So I sold the DJ business and I took the time, and I wasn't like I'm a loser. I just had said, you know what? I've won the game to the extent that I want to win right now, and I need to take a little time out, and I stepped away for a while. And then I came back, and I think you have to ask yourself, what do you want and how big of a box do you need, right? And then you decide if you should be a business owner, because being a business owner, there's a great upside, but there's also huge sacrifices, right?
Huge sacrifices, and I think that's the problem a lot of people do is they take what their box is, to use your analogy, and they project that on other people. Yeah. And they say, you're not successful unless you're doing this. Yeah. And they project that onto people, and that's just not fair to people, some people say, hey, if you don't have 100 of these offices and franchises around the country, you're not reaching your potential. Yeah. You only have 2, you only have 3, you only have 1, you don't even have any. And so I think what happens is that a lot of times we look at people and we put their success through our filters.
What is in your box?
I don't know.
Do you have anything that you want to share? Do you have anything at all? Just share me one. Okay, I'm gonna tee off one. You have an unbelievably awesome living room. And you have a rug that's like the size of like this wall. Seriously, it's the size of this wall.
It's the size of this wall.
Am I exaggerating, am I? It's about that big.
About that big.
And there's
actually a tapestry.
And there's an aquarium that's the size of like from the Coca-Cola over to like that Phil Pressey right there. Somebody signed Phil Pressey. He's been in the NBA for 2 years. We get him on what team right now?
Let's get him on a team.
If you're an NBA general manager, sign the guy.
What is that, about 8 feet, 10 feet?
It's a big aquarium.
Yeah, okay.
And how did you decide? I mean, did you put it on your list? Like, I would like to have an aquarium someday, and I'd like to have a big rug. And then you realized, okay, I need to see this many patients. I mean, seriously though, you had to at some point write down some goals, didn't you, or think about them?
Well, you do. I probably didn't get that exacting. I mean, in the back of your mind, you have some things that you enjoy and the same things that you want to do. I mean, like when I was a little kid, I said to myself, hey, you're right. I mean, I did say I had a bucket list, and one of the things is that I want to have a horse farm. I wanted to have a ranch that had horses on it, and so at some point in my life, I said, okay, now I can do that. And so I did that. And then what happens, I found with me is that a lot of times as soon as you hit the goal, then you say, okay, what's my next one? Yeah. And at some point I'll probably say to myself, okay, I'm done with making the next goal, but I continue to make those next goals. And so for me, it's I guess I don't really know what the box looks like right now. I mean, it's kind of fun just growing and building, and I'm getting into more real estate now, and I'm kind of doing more in that arena. And
I see you giving too, and that's one thing I'm not. You can't talk about your own. You can't brag on your own giving, but I'm going to do it.
No, you can't.
I see you where you see people who maybe need a car.
Yeah,
a car.
Yeah. I'm kind of Elvis. That's the Elvis move. It's kind of my move.
You're kind of the Oprah, the Elvis of Oklahoma, and you see someone needs a car, and you're like, hey, here are the keys to your car.
Yeah, it's fun. It's giving. I think is one of the great things in life that we can do, and I truly think it's better to give than to receive. I really do, and I think that it's a when you give. It's really rewarding because you see how it enhances somebody's life and it makes their life better. And so a lot of what I'm doing right now is so that I can give more and do more. I think that's an important part of leaving this world a better place and leaving people you encounter, better off than when you found them.